How are you supposed to become your dream self if you're not actively acting like her now? It's literally math. Summer is just around the corner and it is time to glow the fuck up. By the end of this video, you're gonna have the perfect plan to lock the fuck in so you can be the girl you've always dreamt of, all in the matter of 3 weeks. And if it only takes 3 weeks to do this challenge, then you have literally no excuses not to do it. This isn't just another glow up challenge. This is a glow up challenge focused on building your confidence, energy, self-respect, all while focusing on your feminine energy, flowing, self-care, and definitely not adhering to hustle culture or subscribing to unhealthy trends. Before we get into the video, if you're new here, hi, my name's Ashley and I'm your digital BFF who's obsessed with helping you become confident, love yourself, and manifest your dream life. If those sound like things you might be interested in, then be sure to become a bestie by subscribing. And now let's get into it. Week 1 of the glow up will be dedicated to resetting your energy. Start with first decluttering. This means physically and mentally. When it comes to decluttering physically, that means yes, your closet, your desk, anything digital like apps, folders, old photos. Clutter takes up so much more headspace than we realize by creating unnecessary stress and taking away time from our future selves by having to deal with it later because we let it build up, or we just look at it and it's ugly and then we get anxious thinking about how ugly the clutter is and then how we're gonna have to deal with it, but we're anxious and so we don't want to deal with it. So that's why we're gonna do the hard thing now by getting rid of the clutter so that we have less shit to deal with, because less shit equals less clutter equals less stress. And then later we're gonna implement new habits so that we don't let the clutter build up. You also deserve to have a place that supports your peace, not one that constantly reminds you of what you haven't dealt with yet. I'm sure it doesn't feel good walking into your room and seeing all the unfolded laundry that you have to do. Preaching to the choir right here. Or going to your desk and seeing that unpaid bill. It creates unnecessary stress when you could just deal with it in that moment. Or you can manage your time better and time block so you can delegate specific time to specific admin tasks like folding your laundry and paying bills so that you don't let these specific tasks pile up. A clear space means a clear mind. When your environment is calm, your nervous system is calm, and then it's easier for you to show up and do your tasks. I'm sure you've noticed the insane difference between a tidy bedroom versus an untidy bedroom just in your mood alone. Getting rid of what no longer serves you also serves as an energetic reset. It signals to yourself, your nervous system, your brain, the universe that you are open to receiving and you've made room for what is meant to serve you in this next season. If you haven't used it, if it doesn't bring you joy, then you need to get rid of it. Next up is decluttering mentally. I think this is even more important than decluttering physically, because you can't start to declutter physically until you have the headspace up here. Decluttering mentally means getting everything that's up here out here. Your brain is not meant to hold on to every single thought, feeling, emotion, reminder, event, everything that it's taking in. It's not meant to hold on to everything. And that's what a second brain is for. A second brain is a system used for taking what's inside of your head, taking it out, and then organizing it for you to use later. Using your second brain frees up mental space for you to create, think, and live more intentionally throughout the day. Ways that I declutter mentally, daily, and weekly, i.e. use a second brain. I gratitude journal. I do this every morning, and this instantly changes my day. I definitely notice a significant difference in my mood. The next thing I use, not sponsored, Notion. I use my weekly and my content planner all the time. This is how I am able to exist, especially with ADHD. I do intend to make a time management video and I will go even more in depth about how I manage my time with ADHD and will show my templates that I made. My content planner is what helps me keep track of all of my content ideas and is what helps me get them from an idea to execution. And then my weekly planner, I have it planned out from weekly to daily basis. It is type A ADHD on crack. Having a second brain is also super important and really helpful because since you are dumping everything out of your brain, it helps you make better, more informed decisions. And since you're not relying on memory alone, you can basically go and like pull up receipts somewhere. The easiest way to think about it is your first brain is for thinking and your second brain is for remembering. Step 2 in week 1 is get real about your current habits. We are not going to judge ourselves here. We are just going to audit what's working and what's not. What are we doing? We are just simply observing ourselves. We can't figure out how we want to improve if we don't know what there is to improve. For example, I realized I would doom scroll for like the first 30 to 60 minutes in the morning. It was a form of procrastination, and that form of procrastination was actually me self-sabotaging because I had a fear of success. Once I had that realization, I got to work, and while it will be really hard to push yourself, you'll never get to where you want to be if you stay comfortable. So after I realized I had a fear of success, I dug even further into that and asked myself, well, why do I have a fear of success? Like, that's so weird. I worked super, super hard. My fear of success stemmed from my childhood trauma of growing up in extreme poverty and having limiting beliefs around money. So since I realized that, I was able to work through that, and now I am productive. I don't doom scroll in the morning now, and I am able to keep up with my habits a lot easier. Sometimes there are underlying reasons to our self-sabotaging behaviors. Sometimes it's not always laziness. Sometimes there is something about our subconscious that doesn't feel safe. I would also super recommend reading Atomic Habits. One thing I have noticed is a lot of productivity books aren't really neurodivergent friendly, but I would say I have implemented some of the things from that book and it was helpful for me. So even if you are neurodivergent, I would still give it a try. Step 3 in week 1, create your dream self. Who is she? What habits does she have? Act as if, ask yourself, well, what would my dream self do? And this is called embodiment. If it's too difficult, create an alter ego, and I go more into alter egos in this video. This first week is really just focused on your mind and energy work. So we are just getting comfortable with consciously shifting your mindsets. Start getting comfortable with journaling, scripting, affirmations, EFT tapping, subconscious reprogramming. Having high self-concept and working on your self-concept is going to be really, really important over these next 3 weeks. If you don't believe you can glow up before summer, then you won't. By believing you can't, you won't. And that's a limiting belief, and that is low self-concept. High self-concept would be, I can do anything I put my mind to. 21 days, that's super easy. I am capable of this. Do not underestimate how powerful it is to just get honest with yourself this first week. Like, I really urge you to just make some time, sit with yourself and have a glass of wine, light a white candle, light several white candles, turn on some frequency music. This is your chance to just really love on yourself and really feel and get into your feminine energy. I really want you to feel your feminine energy radiate outside of you while you are doing these different journal prompts. Week 2 is focused on feeding your body and soul. So first things first, if you are someone that doesn't like eating healthy, exercising, stop using that language, stop thinking that way, stop saying that. And this goes back to week 1 and your mindset. Your words have so much power. If you really want to be a certain way, you have to think a certain way and you have to act a certain way. Do you think healthy people think, oh, it's so hard to be healthy? No, they just are. They just make healthy choices. Do you think they cringe at fucking broccoli? No, they just eat the fucking broccoli. I grew up poor, and so I didn't have fresh fruits and veggies. Now, as an adult, that wasn't really in my palate. I could really say I don't like fruits and veggies. I'm identifying as a healthy person, and healthy people eat fruits and veggies. Healthy people exercise. Start identifying as someone who makes healthy decisions. And if you really have to, ask yourself, what would a healthy person do in this situation? And James Clear talks about that in Atomic Habits. Switch your mindset to, I get to nourish my body. I get to move it in a way that feels good to me, which leads me to my first point of start romanticizing your food and movement, and changing your mindset is the quickest way to start romanticizing it. Stop thinking I have to, or I need to, or this is so hard, because at least you get healthy food. At least you get the opportunity to buy these foods. At least you get the choice. Do what feels good with devotion. I use devotion because discipline feels harsh, whereas devotion feels softer and more self-loving. I say doing what feels good because the masculine is forcing, whereas the feminine is flowing. If you're on your period and you don't feel like weight training, you don't have to do weights. If you feel like doing yoga that week or Pilates or going on a walk, then you can do that. A good question to ask yourself is, how can I be 1% better today? Start by making easy switches and upgrades. The easiest way is to start focusing on protein and including it in more meals. Protein makes you feel fuller longer. As you build more muscle, you will need more protein to maintain it. This might sound counterproductive, but eat frequently so that you're staying energized. The whole eat 3 meals a day thing, I think that's bullshit. Listen to your body unless you are under eating or overeating, but every body is different. And so it's up to you to decide how your body works, and every day is different. Some days I am a 3 meal a day type of gal, but then some days I'm a 5 small meal type of gal. Some days I'm a 2 huge meal type of gal. Ensure that you're listening to your body when she is telling you that she could use a little snack. Staying energized helps you meet your goals. Another really easy shift is cutting out 1 to 2 things that make you feel like shit. For me, that was caffeine. Caffeine makes me anxious, jittery. It doesn't help my blood sugar. I have PCOS, and so it only makes my hormones worse. So why would I continue to drink it? However, balance is key. So I do allow myself to have it on weekends. And since cutting it out on the weekdays, I found that my anxiety has gone down, my mood has increased, I get better sleep, and I've replaced it with matcha. How you treat your body also reflects your mental state. Less nourishment and movement, bad mental state. Have you ever noticed how when you're sick, your mental health also decreases? Yeah, that's because you're not eating as much and you're not moving your body as much either. You're not getting the nutrients you need. You're not getting serotonin, the dopamine you need from exercise. And so then you're getting depressed. We are now in week 3 where you start fully embodying your dream self. If you haven't already now, this is the week where you are showing fully up as your glowed up self. This means how you dress, speak, act. You are completely being your dream self. You can start small in the car, like act like you're on the phone with your assistant, or you can speak to yourself in the mirror, planning your day. Like, oh my gosh, I have so many meetings I need to go to because I'm just like such a like big famous influencer or whatever. Like I literally do that to myself. I do that with my best friend. I do that with my boyfriend. Definitely do this challenge with someone else. Accountability will make it more fun and make you more likely to stick to it. And if you want accountability, I do have an accountability challenge in my Discord, so be sure to join it. I'll give you more info at the end of the video. The more you embody, the more you become. And I talk more about this in my alter ego video. How are you supposed to become your dream self if you're not actively acting like her now? It's literally math. If your dream self is waking up at 7 a.m. and doing her skincare, how are you supposed to get there if you're not waking up at 7 a.m. and doing your skincare now? Do you think that you're just gonna magically get there one day? No, you have to actively make the choice and do that now. For me, it is easier to show up as my alter ego. Other days, it is easy to make choices as my dream self. Like, well, future me is doing this, so I need to do this, and just kind of map backwards. A really big way you can embody yourself is to do one brave thing each day that your hottest, happiest, wealthiest, baddest, most confident bad bitch self would do. Public speaking, voicing a boundary, finally fucking ghosting that loser guy that you've given way too many fucking chances. Yes, you know the guy I'm talking about. You could also ask yourself, would Ashley let me talk to this dude? And if the answer is no, why are you still talking to him? One thing about me, I'm not going to let my besties waste their time on loser men. Would your dream self waste your time on a loser man? No, so why are you? Is your dream self in a toxic situationship? Yeah, that's what I thought. So then why are you? Other brave things you can do, waking up earlier, cause girl, I feel you. Sometimes I just be waking up anxious too. Sometimes I just be like, what do you mean it's another day of existing? I gotta do this shit again. If the brave thing is posting the content, do it. Do one brave thing that your dream self would do unapologetically without thinking. She's already there. You just need to make the active choices to get there. It's actually not that scary, because if she already exists, then why does it matter? Confidence is literally just a muscle, and the only way to build it is to work it out again and again and again. This week, you're also going to reclaim your time and energy, which is perfect because next week's video, I'm also teaching you how to stop hanging out with losers and toxic people who just waste your time and energy. But in this video's sake, I'm gonna let you know to reduce your time with people who suck your energy, i.e. energy vampires. You know exactly who in your life I'm talking about. What's the point on hanging out with them if you don't even want to in the first place? You have better things to do. Make sure that you are setting time blocks for you, even if it's just a vibe, journal, scrapbook, watch TV, take a shower, drink some wine. You cannot show up for others if you're not showing up for yourself, and I stand by that. And this is just something fun. Create a little like glow up playlist and play it for the next 3 weeks. Or if you want one, I've already made one for you. It's my main character playlist, also linked down below. This will just help you romanticize the next 21 days and just make the most out of it. So the goal over the next 21 days was to never fix yourself. It's to become the you that we knew you always could be. This challenge isn't just for summer, but summer is the perfect chance to start it, because who doesn't love sunny weather and being in a good mood? That concludes this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. If you made it this far, comment one goal you have over the next 3 weeks and comment the sun emoji. If you aren't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram. And if you want accountability during the challenge, want to make friends that are also doing it, or just want to chat with me, then be sure to check out my Discord. You can find all my links and shop my favorite products in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, then I think you'd also enjoy learning about how to be the main character. So I'll see you over there, or I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again for hanging. Love ya. Can I get invited to the gun show? Literally, like, I mean, okay, I'm still working on them.